Accra Human Rights Court has ruled in favor of the Polytechnics Teachers Association of Ghana. Joining us for detail of this matter is President of POTUG, James Dugwa. Hello, James.
How are you?
I'm well. Tell us more about this ruling.
Well, how do I see it?
I'm asking that you tell us more about this ruling.
Well, the ruling was that, the National Labour Commission claimed that we didn't follow this process. And for that matter, our strike was illegal. And we were, from the layman point of view, we also said that, no, we followed this process. Because we even written letters to them complaining, and they shelved our letter. They just called us on one party and declared our strike illegal. They didn't even give us a hearing. So today, the competent court of jurisdiction ruled that the strike is not illegal, it is legal, and for that matter, for the sake of the students, they are ordering us, the National Labour Commission, to constitute a panel for compulsory arbitration so that we solve the issue within a very, appropriate time for the students to return to the class.
I see. So what now? Are we going to see POTUG heed to that call?
Well, it is an order given by the court so that National Labour Commission should constitute that arbitration. And that is what they should have done, but they didn't do it. So the court is saying that our strike is legal, but they should take that step so that we resolve the matter within the post-protest time.
And so then, for those who have been following this matter, they want to find out, would you go to the classroom?
Well, we are now holding a meeting. There is a divided front. Some are agitating, but we have not come to a conclusive conclusion. So we are still talking as to what to do, either to call off the strike and wait for the letter within the 10 days to commence the arbitration, or what? Because from president, that it never happened, and then they didn't mind POTUG again. So we have not gotten there yet. So when we get the final conclusion, I'll let you know. So I'm still in the meeting when you call me.
Very well. Thank you very much for your time, James. James Dugwa is president of POTUG. Let's find out from the students how they feel about this ruling. Obed Amponsa-Menu is coordinating secretary for the Ghana National Union of Polytechnic Students. Hello, Obed.
Hello.
How do you feel about this ruling?
Thank you. First of all, let me put a correction. My name is Kwame Amponsa-Menu.
Kwame Amponsa-Menu. Very well.
Yes, we feel a bit relieved and also so disappointed that the Labour Commission that is supposed to make sure that labour disputes are settled amicably will take an option of going to court to enforce a directive that is not even founded in law. We, from the beginning, told Labour Commission that we thought that if even its position is correct, we do not think that going to court will solve this matter expeditiously. And we were not listened to at the Students' Front. The matter has been in court, and see how many days we have spent in court. Only for the learned judge today to give a verdict that the Labour Commission did not follow legal processes in issuing its directive. Now we are back to square one. The Labour Commission is asked to go back to institute a compulsory arbitration, something they should have done right from the onset. I want to plead with POTUG that once the court has ruled, Labour Commission has no choice than to comply with the ruling by instituting a compulsory arbitration within 10 days. Now, the question is that, is POTUG waiting so after the 10 days that they call off the strike and join arbitration? Because the rules of arbitration demand that as soon as you enter into arbitration, you must call off your strike. And so I want to tell POTUG that for them to win the points in the public that they were actually fighting for their condition, and it's not that they wanted to use the students as a bargaining chip to get their demands. I want to plead with them that whether they like it or not, if the court ruling is to be complied, it means that within 10 days' time, the strike has to be called off. So I want them to show affection and compassion for the students and then call off the strike immediately as we are waiting for the Labour Commission to institute the arbitration within 10 days, which one they do not do, we can go back to court to charge them for contempt.
Very well, Obed. Kwame, thank you very much for your time. Kwame Amponsa Menu is coordinating secretary for GNUPS. Now, away from that, reports reaching us indicate there is heavy police presence at the College of Health Sciences of the University of Ghana. Let's find out why, as I'm joined over the telephone by George Freeman Adenyo. He's a member of TEU. Yes. Hello, George.
Yes, madam.
Tell us what's going on at the College of Health Sciences, University of Ghana.
At the College of Health Sciences, the premises of University of Ghana branch called Kolebu. I mean, we have been back on strike action last week, and we've been coming day after day. And today when we came, we realized that the police presence over here is unusual compared to previous days, and we don't know the reason why. Even though we are harmless, we do not vandalize anything. We are demanding our hospital premium allowance. That is what we're demanding.
Yes. Describe to us what you mean by heavy police presence.
I describe it heavy police presence because the number of the police that are here compared to previous meetings here, I mean, it's more. Far more. They brought 6 vehicles. 6 vehicles. I have their numbers here, written here, and including pickups, Navara pickups and minibus, minivan and all that. They are here. Some are wielding weapons. Some are using the truncheon, and they are here in their numbers. We cannot explain the reason why management decided to bring them, but that is the situation here right now on the ground.
If you were to put a number to it, which number would that be? If you were to put a figure to it, what number would that be?
The number, I think there will be around getting to about 60, if I'm not lying, or more. Yeah.
Are these armed men?
No, I think there will be more than that. 70, yeah.
I see. But are they armed?
Hello? Yeah, some are armed. Previously, they don't arm themselves, but today we can see a lot of them are having weapons, you know, as if something, I mean, as if they are on the war front. This is the situation, and we do not understand it.
How does that make you feel?
I think it's a strategy to intimidate members, you know, to fear, so that you do not have the courage to gather. But that is what is happening. We are demanding hospital premium, which they deny us, and we want it to be paid, and they are not giving us, so we continue. It's a strategy because when it concerns them, they go on strike. Not until they are paid, they do not resume work. Okay? Even to the extent that patients dying at work, for our case, nobody is dying. And not a fly has died. Because we had the same strike last year, and we having it today, this year. And nothing of the sort. We do not vandalize anything, and the presence here is unusual today. So this is what is happening right now.
So are you going to gather regardless?
Yeah, we started here. Leaders are addressing the members here as I'm talking right now. Yeah.
I see.
I believe you can hear from your background.
I absolutely can. What are we going to see you do as a group today?
Oh, the group, you know, we normally meet and close in the afternoon. And what is happening now is that as time goes on, we'll close. And there's indication that the management wanted to meet with our members, executives, you know, to trash out issues. And there's headquarters members are going to come. The mother union members from the headquarters are going to come to join them to have a special meeting today. But we do not know how the outcome will be. But for us, not until the money is paid, we will not resume. So this is our position, and we hold on to it.
I see, George. We'll leave our conversation here for now, but we'll follow up with. We'll leave our conversation here for now. Thank you very much for your time. But while we leave our conversation there, we'll follow up with the police in the course of the broadcast. I've been speaking to George Denyo. George Denyo is a member of TEU. Now, residents of Kojo Krom in the Shama Ahanta East municipality of the Western region are unhappy about the refusal of the municipal authorities to clear their rubbish. Speaking on clean communities, the residents are alleging that there are political reasons hindering refuse collection in the area.
We are really suffering because you can see there's rubbish here. The toilet is also here. So, in fact, we don't know what to say again. We are tired. We don't want all these things. And now the problem that we are having in the earliest ages, all these things been holding by the assemblyman. So it was usually been taken off day in day out. Now they have taken from the assemblyman. We have been heading. You know the government proposition in Ghana now. When your party come to power, they will take every position that belongs to their other. The assemblyman, the only assemblyman was an MPP. Now, because it's NDC on power, he took the position for Omim.
And the rapists become so big to the extent that you can't breathe. People talk about it, they complain. We complain a lot, and sometimes when the air change direction, and I'm in my chaos, I can't breathe.
I want the government to come and clear this rubbish because whenever we are passing here, we smell it. We don't like it.
Mami ojibo leske ka washwa ba kuju construction aba na kan waka mo pe. Nti ehunye de beka bio, what would you see? Nti ehunye de beka bio. Masa ya aka washina ho ba ya ble. Ya ble.
Right now, Kojo Krom is Focus Community for Clean Communities. Clean Community airs on this channel on Fridays at 7 p.m. and it's in association with Star Ghana. Let's move all his political staff from the greatest to the least to stand by for certain changes and or reassignments of portfolios in the office of the president. And it's not clear the precise changes. And let's talk about this over the next few minutes quickly with Professor Amin Al-Hassan. He's lecturer, University for Development Studies. He's also senior research fellow with the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. Hello, Prof.
Hello, Kamini.
Prof, it's good to speak to you again. But what do you think about this? The president has a listening ear, after all.
Say it again, I didn't get you.
I'm asking what you think about this.
The recent developments in government about the appointments and the threat to
absolutely.
non-performing staff. I think that we expected this to have come a long time ago, and it's very, very welcoming news from the presidency that we are beginning to see a president showing his muscle and demonstrating that he has the capacity to be in charge. And I think President Mahama should be commended for standing up and giving us this message. I think we were looking forward to this, and we have to commend him for that.
What should we expect the quality of a shake-up to be?
No, I think that we need to have a very experienced people brought on board. It's very clear that from even within the NDC and then opposition, the comments have been that clearly the crop of leadership that we have in terms of ministerial appointments and certain key appointments at the Flagstaff House need to be reviewed. And I think what we are seeing is that that message is clearly sinking into the president himself, and he's beginning to realize that this is very true about his government. And I think we should be expecting that one of these days he might surprise us with a very key change within the Flagstaff House. And this should be something that we should be ready to, we should expect. And I also think that certain ministerial appointments still need some shake-up. We need to get some real leadership in certain ministries. Well,
too bad we have to end our conversation here. Thank you all the same, Prof. Prof. Amin Al-Hassan is lecturer at the University for Development Studies. I'll take a quick break. When I come back, I'll bring you some business stories. Thanks for your company here on News Today. Now, Finance Minister Setekwe watched this Wednesday present to Parliament a mid-year review of the 2014 budget. Majority Leader Dr. Benjamin Kumbu announced this in Parliament last Friday as part of business for next week. The review could see government revise its macroeconomic targets set in this year and announce some new policies to help stabilize the economy. The current economic difficulties facing the country have affected efforts to raise the required revenue to match government's operations. The country, for the first 3 months of this year, failed to collect the 5.7 billion revenue target set out in the 2014 budget. The Ghana Revenue Authority has had difficulties in meeting targets set for the various tax types because of recent energy crisis that rocked the country.